Bom, beleza, rapaziada. Bora pro Yonews. Cadê a gameplay aqui? Antes disso, eu vou falar da Louco. Mais uma vez aí. A última vez, na verdade. Eu vou deixar no clipe pra vocês. Bom, basicamente, tinha fechado o contrato de 1 ano com eles. E aí, eu tava na viagem agora. E aí, eles falaram que eles vão encerrar a atividade aqui no Brasil. E é isso, tá ligado? Foi de azubo, basicamente. Eu confesso que, assim, eu sou um cara experiente, já passei por várias plataformas, quer dizer, é a primeira vez que eu mudo, né? Mas já vi várias plataformas chegando no Brasil. E eu sempre falava que duraria, tipo, 2 anos, 3 anos. Agora, 3 meses foi um recorde. Um tempo recorde que nem eu tava esperando. E eu fiquei muito triste, pra ser bem sincero. Porque eu tava me dedicando bastante lá pra fazer crescer. Mas é isso, tá ligado? Eu acho que foi o karma, porque eu sempre fiquei zoando que não durava muitas plataformas. E quando eu quis mudar pela primeira vez, durou só 3 meses. Então agora eu vou estudar em outras plataformas e é isso, mano. O que eu posso fazer aí é pedir entendimento dos iodistas, rapaziada. Eu tentei o meu melhor, dei vários feedback pros caras. Mas bem na minha vez durou 3 meses só, mano. Tô rindo pra não chorar. Mas é isso, beleza? Então tamo na Twitch, tamo no YouTube. E eu vou estudar outras plataformas aí. Porque a gente sabe que não tá muito legal esse jeito que tá hoje em dia, né? E vamos ver, tá bom? Peço perdão aí, rapaziada. A gente tava chegando com 50 mil seguidores, né? Na Louco. Tava ficando da hora, a gente tava batendo as audiências. No mês passado os caras me elogiaram, falaram que tá indo super bem. E no outro mês, acabou. Então eu fiquei meio chateado, mano. Porque eu me dedico pra parada acontecer, entendeu? Mas é isso. Bem-vindo ao CLT, Yoda. Quem quiser me contratar aí pra fazer live, mano.
Hello, gamers. I'm Pablo, and with me is a longtime rider and fellow...
Eu tô fazendo Yonews, tem que fazer a intro. Aqui teremos o novo dev update de LoL, arAM, Intim e More. O que é More, mano? E More o quê, mano?
Hey everyone, I'm Brett, also known as Frost, and I'm the product lead here on League of Legends.
It's Monday, May 19th, and we're here to talk to you all about some awesome stuff we got coming. But first, we have a little something to kick off the second act, so enjoy.
Twitch reclamou de ad. Mais skin, tá? Bonita de skins, hein, mano? Olha. O que é aquilo? É um boneco novo? Alune? Alguém fica arrepiado com um trailer de skin? Eu fico. Arrepiadaço, mano. Minha carteira que fica arrepiada? Oh! Oh!
Hey everyone, I'm Riot Cadmus.
Long time no see, gamers. I'm Riot Flux.
We're here to talk a bit more about the arAM changes that you just saw.
Mudança no
In
arAM.
Act 2, we're going to be adding multiple maps to arAM. After Champ Select, when you load in, you'll randomly get one of 3 maps. The classic Howling Abyss, an old favorite, the Butcher's Bridge, and an
eles vão botar
themed map, Cushion's Crossing.
3 tipos de mapa no arAM.
Introducing more maps to arAM is to bring more excitement and variety to each game without fundamentally changing what you all love about the mode. That said, we do have some unique additions to the new maps that we want to go over. We'll start with the newest map. The most notable change we've added, other than the whole visual reskin,
Achei legal
are the
essa ideia.
Spirit Blossom portals. They'll be replacing Hex Gates, but we won't just have them take you from your base to your outermost turret.
We also added some portals to the center of the map,
Que isso?
so you can use them to try to make the outplay of a lifetime,
Não
or
entendi.
simply get outplayed. We can't wait to
Oh!
see the creative ways you'll find to use them. Additionally, we made some terrain
Mas de qualquer
adjustments to
jeito.
the middle of the map to make fights feel a little bit different than they do in the Howling Abyss, while still remaining an all-out arAM fiesta. Just to manage expectations, we're experimenting with this as a season-themed map, so let us know how you like it.
Moving over to the Butcher's Bridge. We know a
Ponte da
lot of
Carnificina.
longtime arAM enjoyers have fond memories of the old event map, and so do we. It's something that many of you have asked us to bring back.
So we're bringing it back.
And we even killed Gangplank again.
No. We're not shipping that.
GP não morreu?
Just
É uma piada só.
Welcome back to the scenic
Piada de
country
dev é
depths
assim
of
mesmo,
Bilgewater,
rapaziada.
where you can become a pirate and maybe enjoy a power flower or two. Inspired by Arena, these power flowers refund your
Pegou a
coolness
florzinha
and
da
give you
arena e
some
botaram no
shield,
arame.
but they won't heal you. They grow in a new, small alcove located in the center of the bridge. We added them to be a new incentive to start fights, similar to health relics, which should keep things from being too stale for too long. Don't worry though, they aren't as powerful as they are in Arena, so they shouldn't impact the outcome of a fight unless it comes down to the smallest of margins. We also added cannons to both spawns, because are you really a pirate?
Canhão
if
do
you don't have
arame,
cannons?
tá?
No. These cannons aren't just good at getting you around the map. They're also a more interesting and aggressive way to get back into the action and knock enemies up where you land.
Até o final
Their
do vídeo ele vai
range
tirar a
will depend
camisa?
on your furthest standing tower, which means if your inhibitor's down and the enemy is pushing in on you for the win, you could take advantage of the cannons and get a 5-person knockup, setting up your Yasuo for an amazing ultimate to turn the tables on the enemy team.
Last, but certainly not least, we have the Howling Abyss. This is something us ARAM mains call home. And because so many of you love the map as it is today, we didn't make any changes to it. Like we said, we wanted to preserve the core ARAM experience, and we think that keeping Howling
legal
Abyss
ideia.
untouched will help.
Acho da hora.
We also wanted to talk about a
Vou jogar o
non-map
do
related
GP lá,
change that we have coming
do
to ARAM,
canhão.
champion cards. One long-standing piece of player feedback we've heard is that the amount of champions you can choose from in each game feels a little inconsistent. It could be frustrating if your teammates leave some rerolls on the table and you're stuck with 2 to 3 champs on the bench to choose from. So, in order to give you all more options more consistently, we're removing the reroll system and replacing it with champion cards.
When you enter Champ Select, you'll be presented with 2 champs to choose from. You'll have a bit of time to pick one, at which point the other will go to the bench. This guarantees you'll get at least 10 champs to choose from in any lobby. And if you get lucky, you'll be given 3 champs to pick from. We considered always giving 3 options, but that might lead to getting some champs too reliably, and who wants a Nidalee, Ziggs, or Xerath in every one of their games?
Going forward, we want to make sure that all of you ARAM
Não
mates
entendi a
know
camisa
how
dele,
much we
mas beleza.
appreciate you. And we'll think of ways to keep ARAM feeling fresh and loved. If you thought the Bridge of Progress
Vai ter 2 bonecos pra
had
escolher
too
e é
many
isso.
changes,
E às vezes
this
3.
should be quite a bit less, as we focus mostly on slightly altering the map shape, as opposed to introducing more drastic changes like snowball, health relic buffs, inhibitor rewards, and so on. Going forward, we don't want to make
Eu
these
queria
changes
muito
nice.
saber o número de players que jogam ARAM versus o número de players que jogam Ranked versus o número de players que jogam normal game ou sei lá. O outro modo lá, o modo rápido. Eu acho que ARAM é o modo que tem mais players jogando, velho. Mais do que Ranked, velho.
Isolation. But it
E eu
is
acho que
gonna
o
take
modo menos jogado é aqueles modo normal lá. Esse modo rápido foi muito porcaria que eles fizeram. Muito porqueira.
some testing and learning to get them right.
We're looking for your feedback to know what you enjoy, what we get right, and what we can improve. So please, keep talking to us so we can continually build and improve on the modes all of you love.
We think that this new map pool will be a fun and exciting addition to arAM, but we want to get your feedback first before we commit to making this change permanent. As a reminder, Brawl is currently live, so please make sure you go give it a try. That's it from us. As always, thanks for playing, and we'll see you in arAM.
All right, as you can probably tell by now, we're still deep in the Spirit Blossom Festival, and almost everything this season has ties to the massive bloom, or wild bloom as it's called in Ionia, from the new ARAM map to the increased Spirit Blossoms on Summoner's Rift, and even our next champion, Yunara.
Yunara.
We aren't going to get into specifics about Yunara right now. She's still not
Quase
coming out for
Yunara.
a few more patches, but we do want to confirm that she's a traditional ADC with a core
ADC.
focus on auto attacks.
ADC
We brought
focada
in
em
a bunch
ataque
of
básico.
content creators and influencers from around the world to get a sneak preview of her gameplay, and you'll get a full reveal of her kit with these creators in just 2 weeks. And similar to Mel, Yunara will be
eles
earnable by
contrataram os
completing
players
a
pra
few
jogar.
missions.
Outside of core gameplay, we'll be releasing another metagame this act. It's a 2.5D side-scrolling beat-em-up featuring,
Quê?
you guessed it,
Que? De novo, pera.
Completing a few missions.
Outside of core
Fora da mecânica
gameplay,
de
we'll be
jogo
releasing
principal.
another metagame this
Metajogo?
act. It's a 2.5D side-scrolling
Ah, é
beat-em-up
aquele jogo da-
featuring, you guessed it,
do lobby, né?
Yonara alongside Zinzao. While you dodge, punch, kick, slide, and fight, you'll get to experience more of this season's story and learn more about the mysterious Wild Bloom. We saw some feedback around the
Jogo de
Genius
cliente,
Band
isso aí.
around having to grind a ton of League games to progress, so this one is more self-contained. That means you can play the entire story without playing League matches in between.
But wait, that's not all.
Oh.
Would it really
mais,
be
né?
Spirit Blossom without a way to befriend some
Fazer
spirits?
amizade com o
If you know
espírito.
what I mean? That's right.
Já faço
We've
muito
got
aqui em
a
casa.
spiritual successor for Spirit Bonds, just a bit smaller in scale this time. This year's version will allow you to connect with some new spirits and earn their favor by simply playing League and completing champion-specific
Falar com o
missions.
espírito jogando LOL.
And when you've earned enough favor, you'll get a little reward from each spirit, like a nice, firm handshake.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Apertar a mão do espírito.
The courtyard is unlocked after you complete the beat 'em up metagame, and
Meta
just like
jogo.
last time, it does require League gameplay to progress. Now, we know that visual novels and relationship-based games might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. In general, we want to continue to experiment with these metagames, so we'll keep trying different cadences, genres, and styles
Eu fico
to
muito
make
animado
sure
com
we're
esse
creating
joguinho de
something for
cliente, né?
everyone over time.
Falar pra
With
vocês.
that, I'll hand it over to Matt and Drew.
Mas se
to
eles
talk
continuam
about
fazendo é porque tem muita
briefing
gente que
and
gosta, né? Então.
Hey everyone, I'm Riot Froxon.
And I'm just a capybara. As a recap,
Capivara?
in the last dev update, we announced we are updating our systems to better detect and penalize disruptive behaviors like inting
Ah,
and briefing.
beleza.
So this time,
Vai
we're
punir
back
jogador
to
tóxico.
let you know how this update went. When we rolled this out, it
Como
was really
funciona a
important to us
punição
to
dos
not
jogadores
punish low-skill
tóxicos agora.
players. Their play is sometimes hard to distinguish from players who intentionally lose in higher skill games, so we were a bit conservative with our rollout.
To date, the detections have a 99.95% accuracy rate.
As detecções da IA deles pra saber se o cara tava trollando ou se foi só um erro mecânico é de 99,95% de precisão.
Given this success, we're continuing to invest in the system's capabilities. We'll also
99,95.
start holding higher skill games to a higher standard, since we know Diamond players don't ghost back to lane like Iron players might. So we'll start
Tá.
punishing more aggressively in those instances.
Tipo assim, aqui o cara já tá falando besteira. Que elo que é esse safado? Como que não vai usar a fantasma pra voltar pra lane, irmão? Depende muito. Se a wave tiver estacada, você pode usar, mano. Se a wave tiver estacada. O TP tá tão bosta no começo do jogo, se você pegar Ghost e dar Ghost da base até o mid, você chega mais rápido que o TP, mano. É muito relativo isso, mano.
Ghost back to lane like Iron players might. So we'll start punishing more aggressively in those instances. Additionally, we're significantly increasing penalties for repeated
Penalidade
levers
para reincidentes em abandono de partidas ou toxicidade no
and
chat.
toxic keyboard.
Tá, isso relativamente é fácil, tá ligado? Em relação a, tipo, toxicidade, chat, esses caras que ficam, tipo, quitando e xingando, é muito fácil de você fazer a parada funcionar. Vamos ser sinceros, não é difícil, tá ligado? São raros os contextos que, tipo assim, o cara vai ser banido porque no contexto ali tava certo, tá ligado? Agora, em relação a gameplay que eu quero ver.
warriors.
We've also seen a lot of your feedback on things that you felt were missing, like spamming Trundle Pillar or
Abusar do pilar do gelo do Trundle. O cara fica te dando pilarzada pra te travar na parede.
Nivea Wall or trolling TK ults on your teammates. So we've increased our detections to help identify those more
Cara, o
accurately.
Trundle...
At the time of recording, we're targeting these changes to go live with patch 25.11. Beyond this, we're also revising our current approach on ranked restrictions. We've found that while ranked restrictions work in most cases, there are some players who get through their restriction games by ruining norms or swift play, which just sucks, and it isn't okay. While this percentage is low, we just don't think this behavior has any place in the game.
Tá.
So we'll be punishing ranked offenders with aggressive Q delays.
O cara vai ser punido por ficar mais tempo na fila. Quem agir dessa maneira. Que punição merda é essa? Calma, deixa eu ver de novo. A punição... Calma. Há jogadores que burlam o sistema
There are
jogando
some
mal
players who get
proporcionalmente.
through their restriction games by ruining norms or swift play, which just sucks,
Partida normal de
and it
original.
isn't okay. While this percentage is low, we just don't think this behavior has any place.
Não, realmente, mano. Não deve ter quase ninguém que trola em normal game. Tipo, mano, o cara tem que ser muito esquisito lá pra trollar em normal game. Tá suave essa punição. Eu achei que era na ranked. Tá de boa.
So we'll be punishing ranked offenders with aggressive Q delays.
There's also one more change we're working
Primeiro
on.
que não tem,
One-
não tem quase ninguém jogando normal game. O cara trollar normal game, pô.
wanted to get your thoughts on before implementing. We're looking at adding a new feature to automatically terminate games if egregious game-ruining behavior is detected. This means 9 people won't have to have their time wasted by a single player intent on trolling, similar to how Vanguard currently works for cheaters.
We also wanted to take a moment to acknowledge some
Duvido que isso
feedback we've
funcione,
seen
mas
on
se
the
funcionar vai ser
system.
foda.
We know it's frustrating to see that you're about to be demoted when you haven't changed how you play or how you interact with other players. This is due to some under-the-hood changes we made to the system back in patch 25.04. Since we released these changes, we changed how honor is evaluated in a way that doesn't line up with your expectations. So we'll be looking to iterate and improve on the experience in the coming months.
While we're working on these improvements, nothing will change with Hextech chest distribution today. But as we mentioned when chests returned, we still fully intend on having some only earnable through higher honor levels in the future.
Ok.
But we have to get the system right before doing that.
Ok.
We know having positive players in
É o que eu
your
ia falar, tipo, honra é meio que quase que inútil, assim, tá ligado? Os caras podiam dar muito mais recompensa pra honra. Mas enfim.
games is something all of us care a lot about. So expect to hear more from us about honor in a future dev update later this year. Until then, thanks for staying positive.
And if you're not, prepare to be
Eliminated.
And just around the corner, we have
Será que é assim que os devs, tipo, fazem quando banem alguém?
not, prepare to be
Eliminated.
Ele clica no botão, bane o cara e faz isso.
And just around the corner, we have MSI that starts on June 27th.
Junqueira foi
we'll be
banido assim.
bringing pick'ems to MSI for the first time ever. So make sure you do your research and lock in before the first match.
Let's see if someone will finally submit a perfect bracket, which won't be me.
We're also excited to test out a new way to celebrate the team that wins MSI this year. The week after the final match, we'll be putting the skins that the winning team
O resto é
used during the
skin, só
finals
isso?
on sale.
É,
We'll create a
MSI.
bundle for each role that contains the skins used with an even
tem mais
deeper
coisa.
discount.
Tem
For
Victor.
example, the top lane bundle. So let's hope that we go to a full 5 games for maximum skins. Check out patch notes for more details.
Excited for that, Brett.
Tá excited.
Last,
E por
it's
fim,
been a minute.
faz tempo.
I'm here to address Victor Nation.
Faz do
We've been quiet, but it doesn't mean we weren't listening. So I'm happy to announce to you all that we'll be doing a throwback skin in the style of Victor's original look because we know it means a lot to so many of you.
Mano, os caras são muito inteligentes, mano. Mano, os caras são muito inteligentes. Esses caras sabem ganhar dinheiro, mano. Olha o que esses caras fizeram, mano. Os caras tinham o Victor antigo. Aí eles lançaram o Arcane e ganharam milhões. O Victor antigo, padrão. Você não precisava pagar por ele. Beleza? Aí... Caralho, parece brincadeira. Aí, beleza. Eles tinham o Victor antigo. Aí lançaram o Arcane, eles mudaram o visual do Victor. Tipo assim, ficou meio a meio, tá ligado? Metade das pessoas gostaram, metade não gostou. Preferiu o Victor antigo. Falaram que esse Victor novo era muito feio, a skin. Aí olha o que eles fizeram. Nós estamos vendo vocês, nós estamos olhando vocês. Fiquem tranquilos, nós estamos escutando a comunidade. Eles vão manter o Victor novo e o Victor antigo virou skin pra você gastar dinheiro. Caralho, os caras são muito inteligentes, mano. Mano, os caras são muito gênio, mano. Muito gênio, mano. Os caras nem precisou gastar com artista nada. Os caras só deu, mano. Só pegou o bagulho antigo, botou no jogo e agora vende, mano, por dinheiro real. Cê é louco, mano. É o LoL 7, mano. É o LoL 7, mano. Olha aqui como é que eles anunciam ainda. Olha o Dev. Mano, o Dev, olha a carinha dele. Ele sabe, mano. Ele sabe que ele foi um gênio, tá ligado? Ele sai, eu preciso anotar isso aqui pro Wizards, mano. Maluco, preciso anotar aqui, mano. Dá licença aqui, mano. Escrevi, mano. Pera aí, eu vou ter que repetir isso aqui, mano. Olha lá.
It's been a minute. I'm here to address Victor Nation.
Falar com os fãs do Victor. Ficamos em silêncio, mas estávamos ouvindo
happy to
tudo.
announce to you all that we'll be doing a
Uma
throwback
skin
skin
nostálgica.
in the style of Victor's original look because we know it means a lot to so many of you. Now look, we don't have a name yet, but maybe Victor? I don't know. Let us know, Victor Nation. He'll be coming out later this year. And that's it for today. We'll be back in a few more weeks to talk more. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Os caras são next level. É, legal. Pra mim não tem nada de empolgante, mano. Pra ser bem sincero, assim. A única coisa que eu fiquei interessado em ver na prática é essa parada dos caras fidar e receber ban. E do cara que estiver trolando o jogo, a partida acaba e ninguém perde PDL, algo assim, tá ligado? Igual é com hack. Valeu. Vamos ver agora os jogos novos? Ah, eu fechei o link de tudo, mano. Alguém manda aí o link dos jogos novos que saiu? Ctrl Shift H. Vixe, chegou todos os devs no meu chat. Ctrl Shift T. Ctrl Shift T.
Hello, gamers.
Uou! Uou!
Tecnologia!